All right, we're back one final time with our political panel. Patrick Marley, state capitol reporter for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, and J.R. Ross, our editorial partner at wispolitics.com. Let's spend a few minutes talking about the state Supreme Court race. Kind of lay the framework, Patrick, for folks who don't necessarily know what's going on, because a lot of this has played out behind the scenes a little bit.
Sure. Daniel Kelly has been on the Supreme Court for a couple of years. He was appointed by Scott Walker, up for a full 10-year term in April. People on the left see an opportunity because it falls on the same day as the presidential primary, when you would expect Democratic turnout to be much higher than it is for Republicans. He's got two opponents. There will be a February primary. Ed Falone and Jill Karofsky are running against, are seeking to challenge him.
J.R., Republicans are trying to treat this April election really as a litmus test and a practice round for November in terms of the importance of this race.
Look, keep in mind, in 2016, we also had our primary line up the Supreme Court race. In 2016, 1.1 million people voted in the Republican primary for president. 1 million people roughly voted for Rebecca Bradley, conservative. The Democratic side, 1 million voted in that primary, and just less than 1 million voted for Joanne Kloppenburg, liberal candidate. There's a reason why. I mean, they're driving turnout. Republicans know that if you use that 2016 number as a benchmark, they have to try and find a way to hit 1 million voters, basically. In 2019, Brian Hagedorn, the conservative, there was a surge of enthusiasm for him. He got to 606,000 votes. So if you're a Republican, how do you go from 606 to 1 million? How do you pull that off? Well, you try and find crossover voters. Democrats are going to vote in that primary, but might vote for Daniel Kelly. You use your infrastructure to try and boost turnout. You try and find a way to get there. But don't forget, Republicans were so worried about this race. At one point, they talked about moving the presidential primary off the date entirely to a new election. They know it's a big mountain to climb. Now, the caveat is, we're April whatever for that primary, right? If a candidate for president on the Democratic side catches fire, wins Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada, it could all be over by the time we get to Wisconsin. So that could be a different dynamic. But if we're still important, we're in this weird spot where there's almost nothing for 3 weeks before us, the presidential primary. We'll be the focus of that race, and it could be a huge turnout for Democrats in April.
Let's talk about the 5th Congressional real quickly. Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald clearing the path, so to speak, in terms of Republicans. There was a lot of talk at the beginning that there would be 20-plus candidates in this field. What happened?
Well, it was a bit of work by Scott Fitzgerald and a bit of luck for Scott Fitzgerald. I mean, for decades, people have been talking about when Jim Sensenbrenner retires, every Republican you can think of and many you can't think of are going to be running for the seat. And right now, it's just one guy. So Fitzgerald made it clear that it would be difficult to challenge him, and others had personal reasons to stay out of the race.
Yeah. Some Democrats have said, well, look at the WOW counties and what happened in 2016. There's not enough, as much support for the president, say from women or what have you. Do Democrats even have a chance in terms of this race in 5th Congressional?
No.
Yeah.
End of story. I mean, yeah, miracles do happen, but Democrats aren't really looking at this race going, that's a pickup opportunity. I mean, if you look at the map, their best bet for a congressional shock would be to win the special election the 7th in May. Even that would be a long shot, such a Republican district. The map is just not conducive to competitive congressional races, other than the 3rd in western Wisconsin with Ron Kind.
Yeah. Coming off Congressman Sensenbrenner, what does a Congressman Fitzgerald look like?
That's a really good question. You know, he has been very well regarded in his caucus. He's been a majority leader for a really long time in a caucus that is really got a wide spectrum of people. And you talk to the moderates in the caucus, you talk to the people on the right. They all like the guy. He's able to stitch together a very unsettled group. Now, he goes to Congress, he's going to be in the, he's not going to be in leadership, he's going to be on the back benches. So it'll be interesting to watch how he navigates the world of D.C.
Is there a shift, do you think, in how he's viewed and how he acts?
No, Fitzgerald is Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
He's a pretty even-keeled guy. I mean, the one caveat before we crown him congressman is that there is still a lane for an outsider with deep pockets to run. Matt Newman's talked about it. I'm not sure how enthusiastic he is about the idea of running for Congress. His dad, Mark Newman, was in Congress when Matt was a kid, so he's still a name out there. But if he doesn't run, you have a wide open lane for an outsider to run against a 25-year plus state senator. So there's a potential there, but it's going to be an uphill mountain because every day you're not in is one more day for Fitzgerald to lock up endorsements, to raise money, and put the path to be in Congress.
All right, gentlemen, your expertise is much appreciated as we sit here and look ahead to 2020. We'll be right back with a final look ahead to next week's program.